Oh my gosh, this store had so much. Look, the first thing you see when you walk in is this huge table full of tons of crafts that came from Joann's, and they've got these beautiful 2 yard bolts of, or 2 yards packs of these Better Homes and Gardens 100% cotton fabric, and it is such a nice fabric. And this is the first store that I've seen two different patterns in, and oh my gosh, the fabric. All of these bolts are $20 each. They have 8 to 10 yards on them. Most of these were nursery, but they did have some other styles in this one, and it was so amazing to see all of these beautiful fabrics. It is just incredible. This one's ripstop nylon. That right there is ripstop nylon for for $20 for the entire bolt. And I think that one was 10 yards. Oh my gosh, this is the Gainesville, Florida store, a store I have never been into before. I was supposed to go into this store over Labor Day weekend, but it was going to be entered on the way back from Dragon Con, and I got sick. And so we didn't stop anywhere on the way home. So we totally missed this store. And it completely slipped my mind that I had never been in this store. And now that the Joann's things are appearing, this was a great time to go in. They had so many beautiful florals. Oh my goodness gracious. This wreath right here for $20 is just simply stunning. And those wreaths, if you bought them from Joann or if you bought them from Michael's, they would be so much more expensive, and they were so pretty. Look at this gorgeous little sheaf wreath, or wheat sheaf wreath, for like $20. They had it in the patriotic colors. They also had it in a more muted spring colors. Oh, it was so pretty. And they even had these little potted florals that were so cute. And the mushroom, I've never seen a mushroom candle in Ollie's before, and it was so cute. No, I didn't buy it. And this was weird. I have never seen this. Never, ever, 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 ever have I seen a tag that was printed with Ollie's name and logo on it for stocking something like this. I don't know what happened. I don't know if all of the tags fell off and they just reprinted tags for all of those garlands, or if somewhere along the way Ollie's bought a whole bunch and they tagged them on their own. I have never seen a tag like that. It was so weird to see, and I just don't understand what it was, but oh, it was, the garlands themselves were gorgeous. And look, more wreaths. Oh, goodness gracious. If you need wreaths for your house, especially if you need springtime wreaths, this is the time to get them. These Joann's, now that the Joann's materials are hitting the Ollie's, it is such an amazing thing. I would have been far more impressed with this if it did not include the toilet paper roll, because everybody has toilet paper rolls in their house. And that kit would have been so much more perfect if it didn't include the roll, if it actually encouraged you to recycle something. The little bunny bags, I think there were 3 in that pack, are so cute and would be so great for colleagues and office workers, or people that you work with, or people that you wanted to surprise with something. The carrot was really cute, but be careful with these because the little tips on the end aren't that durable. You can see on this one that the little tip end is dangling down there, and there were several like that. So just be aware that you're going to have to do a little bit of redressing on it in order to make it look really cool. They had a whole bunch of this candy stuff. And then look at this, the famous craft store buyout. I don't know why they didn't just put Joann's up there, because other stores have, but they just decided to say famous craft store buyout. This is another table. This is not the same table that we were just looking at. This is a whole different table with a lot more of the florals on it. And the prices on these florals are just wonderful. That little pussy willow branch for $2.99. This little pot with all the, it looks to me like they want it to be lavender for $10. And then all of these little picks. And oh my gosh, they had these foliage picks. Oh, the hydrangeas were beautiful, but look at the foliage. And $2.99 for the hydrangeas was a really good price, but look at the foliage. These picks were $1.29 each, and they have so many different leaf styles in this. And they had the eucalyptus leaves in both the green and the dried white color. And I thought that was a really cool touch. Now, I have to admit that I don't do floral stuff, but I really did. I picked up some of these foliage things so that I can put up a little display when I get my craft room set up completely, and I've got a little studio in there so that I can have a little bit of this color and pop. Now, you saw in the last video that I picked up some of those lemons. This one, I picked up some of the greenery and foliage to go with it. Look at how full and beautiful this little bouquet is, and it's only $5 for all of that. I don't know, there might be 7, 8 sticks in there, so you could cut it apart and use it 7 or 8 different displays, or spread it out. More foliage for $1.29. I could not believe that price. I mean, that's cheaper than Dollar Tree now. Dollar Tree, I think all their foliage went up to $1.75. So that's much cheaper than Dollar Tree. And oh my goodness gracious, these sunflowers caught my eye. They are so pretty. And this huge bouquet, this is an elegant bouquet with a ton of really different beautiful flowers in it, was only $5. That is just a crazy, insane, beautiful, wonderful price for that. Look, it's got lilies and sunflowers and roses. Oh, just absolutely gorgeous. I am enamored and shocked and awed by all of the amazing foliage that has appeared now that the Joann's liquidation is starting to hit these stores. I truly believe that these came from Joann's. Somebody in the Chatty Crafty Guild has all but verified that these are Joann's level foliage and Joann's level florals, and I am just so impressed by them. And these right here were also $1.29. So you could, I mean, look at the number of flowers that you get on that pick for $1.29. That is such a crazy good price. Really and truly, and this is the only store that I've seen $1.29 florals in. The other stores, they start out at $1.99, but I couldn't resist. I had to pick up a few of them to give my craft room some pretty. That's just what it is. It's to give my craft room some pretty. So I'll find a nice little vase somewhere along the way, probably from Ollie's if you know me. And now we're back to the craft aisle. And this dollar table was crazy. It was just crazy full. So full. It was so stocked. I had to go around it twice. And you'll see that I have other things that I find. And one of the things that I missed the first time is a unicorn. Oh my gosh, I completely missed the fact that there was a total unicorn on this entire table. The first time I went around, I missed it completely. If I hadn't gone around a second time, I would have not gotten it at all. Well, actually, that's not true. We do see it later in the store. And oh my gosh, these patriotic buttons for $1. I bought 2 packs of these for myself, but there were so many left, and they are so cute. I'm going to use them in card making, and I'm not necessarily going to keep the 3 colors together, but I'm definitely going to use them. This, if you like musicals, this is Surrey with a fringe on top, right here, right there. It's got the little pom-pom balls on it on the fringe, and I thought that was really cute and really cool. So that was $4 for the entire thing. And remember, these things, when they were appearing in the craft stores, they were being sold by the yard. And now you have the opportunity to buy the entire ream of that stuff for $4, which is probably comparable to, or even possibly less than the amount that you would have spent by the yard had you bought it in the store. So, I mean, this is just a really amazing set of deals and finds. And an advantage here. Oh my gosh, all the people that have been wanting to get these. This is a college town. It is quite possible that you or one of your children knows somebody who is in the University of Florida, and you have the opportunity to ask them to go pick up anything that you see in this video and send it to you. That is such a cool thing because, I mean, the University of Florida draws people from everywhere. Just absolutely everywhere. So it's quite possible that you have a pipeline to this store because it is in Gainesville. This Bow Bunny glitter paste, I've said it wrong. This Bow Bunny glitter paste is so cute. It was such a pretty color. I think they called it graphite, but such a pretty color. And I did buy one of those, so it will at some point in time be tested. And look at this. Oh my goodness gracious. For those of you who do journals, that is a little pen pouch to stick a pen in so that you can attach it to your journal. The ribbon, I do want to say something about the ribbon in this store. It was not all $1, even if it was Ofre. Some of them were $1.99. Now that's a double-faced ribbon. I think that one was actually wired, but they do have some double-faced ribbon, and they also have some really nice glitter ribbon, and it's important to look at them carefully and ask at the register how much they are, because some of them were ringing up $1, yay, and some of them were ringing up $1.99, not so yay. And they had 2 different sets of these, 2 different color combinations of these, but they're little bow ties to like put on a teddy bear or some other stuffed squishy. I don't know if these were actually $1. They might have been $1.99. They were on the dollar table, but some of the items on this table were not $1. I want to stress that. So don't assume that just because it was on the dollar table that it was $1. And those little gold these cake decorations, I finally bought myself a bottle. I had to. I've been wanting a queen cake. I'm going to use it in a drink like one of the people in the Chatty Crafty Guild suggested. And the Chatty Crafty Guild is what we call our YouTube group. So if you're interested in seeing what we do and, you know, where to find really good, inexpensive items, and also what is in other Ollies across the nation, because we have people in the Chatty Crafty Guild that post what's in their Ollie's stores. So you can see what's in other parts of the country. And it's a really fun group. We're very supportive. We are very, very succinct in our, you know, willingness to help other people out so much. And it is linked, the group is linked in the description. So if you want to become a member of the Chatty Crafty Guild, just link in the description for the Facebook group, but be sure to answer the questions so that the Facebook assist thing doesn't kick you out before I see it. This box had so many different items in it. It looks like it's just a mishmash of everything that they've gotten over time, and then they're down to 1 or 2 items, and they just ended up in that box. Several Ollies do that with the boxes. I did not see the 74-cent large sphere in here, but this store had several designs and several shapes that I haven't seen in a while. And oh my goodness gracious, these are called journal cards. But look how cute. Look at the little cactuses. It's like they're already made for you. It's like the card fronts are already made for you, or the journal entrance or the journal pieces are already made for you, and you get like all of that for $1. $1. That was such a cool price. And then they had these nice wood slices for $3, which is cheaper than the other wood slices that we've seen at Ollie's. And then they had all of these beautiful little lavender bows. I'm just putting those back where they belong so they're in the right box. But they had all of these beautiful little lavender bows, and I think I pick up a package of them. I'm still pulling out things that aren't actually supposed to be a part of this box. Nope, I never actually pulled out a package. Those beautiful little lavender bows are just absolutely adorable, and I think you got like 100 of them in the packet. So that's like a penny a bow, already made for you. You just have to glue it down. These silver letters, they had a nice dimension to them, really, really beautiful. And then this is the 25, it's 1 through 25, ready to go through a mink to be foiled, and it looks like it's supposed to be an advent calendar kind of thing. I don't know. I bought 2 packages of it. I didn't buy that one because that one had been opened and there were many pieces missing, but I did find them again later, and oh my gosh, the peg aisle. Oh, the peg aisle. Oh, goodness gracious. I just can't. There was so much in this store. I mean, really and truly, you can see the length of this video, and you can see how much stuff is in this store because I didn't dilly-dally. I'm showing you everything as we go, and there's a couple things there that I have to come back to because I missed them. And look at this beautiful ribbon. They have a lot of these ribbons, but again, be careful because some of them are indeed $1, some of them are indeed $1.99, and this was the other color style of the bow ties that you can stick on your teddy bears or you can put on your squishies. And right there, right to the left, you can see one of the unicorns. That's the unicorn, and I completely missed it the first time through. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I went back and saw it because I would have been upset if I had just seen it now when I'm doing the video, because sometimes I do that. I see things in the video that I missed in the store, and then I get, you know, a little perturbed that I didn't see it in the store. Oh, if I had seen that, I would have been so upset. Oh my goodness gracious. They did have a lot of these little bottles and those letters that I didn't talk about earlier. We've never seen that particular color set of letters for the science fair projects, and these, they are diamond shaped. Oh my goodness. And you get like 100 in a packet, and they're little sticky diamonds to stick on cards and to decorate things with. Oh my goodness. 5 packs of those came home with me. I am not ashamed to say that 5 packs of those came home with me. And look, you can make these little bunny masks, and you can use them for decoration, and you can use them for photo shoots and whatever. I thought they were really cool. And that would be something fun for kids to do on Easter when the family gets together and the kids are bored, that you give them that and you let them do that. I did not see these chalk paints anywhere else in the store. I don't know if they had them or not. And this is foil for the quill machine, for the quill set. And I have never seen quill foil in any Ollie's ever. They only had the purple. So bear in mind that it's just the purple that they had in this store, but still, that's the first time I have ever seen foil for the quill. They had so much ribbon. Oh my goodness gracious, the store had so much ribbon. And this is the first time in a long time that I have seen the Spin-It glitter, and this one was beautiful. It really is purple and blue together. It's that light mauve lilac-y purple, and it's got that nice baby blue together. It's got a really nice color shift to it. Very beautiful. I don't do glitter, so I didn't buy any. And then these are another thing that I haven't seen in a long time, or that I've actually, no, I take that back. These are things that I've never seen because these are like the varsity shirts, only they're letters. So you can actually write words on your shirt. So you can use the varsity numbers that we've seen in many of the stores and put the numbers on the shirts or the jerseys, and then put the name on them with those letters, which I thought was really cool. That came from Dollar General. No idea. This is just another box where things have landed. They even put it in a nice tub. Just odd things have landed here and there. I did buy some of the leopard print. And look at this. This is 50 yards of ribbon. That's why it's $3. That's 150 feet of satin ribbon right there. And look at, oh my gosh, this is glitter and it's pink and it's beautiful, but those were $1.99. Those glitter pink ones, they were $1.99. So bear that in mind. They also have a glitter red one that you'll see later in the store, but it was also $1.99. So bear in mind that not all of the ribbon in this store is actually $1. Some of it actually is $1.99, but it was beautiful, so I can't really complain too terribly much. And then this one was absolutely gorgeous, the little pink dots, and I totally missed this. I did. I'm going to slow it down for a second so you can see it. But look, this is a ribbon that's cactuses. Oh my gosh, I'm kicking myself for not buying that one because that was just so cute. I absolutely loved it. So much ribbon. I can't even start to say how much ribbon. And I don't know if you noticed it, but did you notice that they have the 8.5 mile, not yard, 8.5 mile rolls of curling ribbon? These buttons were really super cute too, and they were $1. And I think there's like 18 buttons in there, and they're all in the shape of the flag, which is such a really good price. This store just, it kept giving and giving and giving and kept blowing my mind every time I saw something new, every time I saw something that I hadn't seen before. And I know I missed things. I will tell you right now that I know I missed things in this store because when I went back around this table, I found things that I didn't see the first time. So we're back at the beginning of the table, so it's going to break to the things that I missed the first time. This one right here, I left in a little bit of the sound because this is paper that somebody in the guild told me that you can sand down and you can expose the core of it, and it's designed that way, which I thought was pretty cool. So they had another little box with a bunch of things that had just been plopped in there. These are just a random mismatch of things that have just been plopped into this box because that happened a lot. And there's the unicorn. Oh my gosh, it is the large Zig glue pen. The large Zig two-way glue pen for $1. Oh my gosh, I would have been so upset if I had gotten home and seen that little corner of it in the video earlier and not gotten any. And look at this ribbon. I totally missed these cute little turtles. There was so much in this store, so much in this store. And I missed the sheets. I showed that one, but I missed the whole box of them. They have a whole box of these by Basil. I'm finally saying it correctly, by Basil. And it's just, and dug down a little bit more. I'm still on the dollar table. Look, they had piping bags hidden down in there. So much stuff on this table. Absolutely amazingly chock full of things. All right, so at this point, we're now into the aisles. And this store had, I believe, 2 aisles of craft stuff, or 2 aisle walls of craft stuff. And they had a lot of different things in here. Some of this stuff we've seen before. So some of these items that are in these shelves we've seen before. This is against the back wall. This isn't actually an aisle. I take that back. This isn't actually aisle. This is against the back wall. And a lot of these items were just placed onto this shelf. And it was like this became the dumping ground for when there were only 1 or 2 items left. These were beautiful. I thought those would make great wall hangings. Just decorate them, zhuzh them up, and make them look really cool. I thought that would be so pretty. I didn't get the price of this particular calendar, and I kind of wish I had because it was cute. But the rest of this stuff, it looks to me like it's a bunch of craft items that ended up just being shoved onto this shelf. They did have a huge supply of these different canvases, but none of the flat ones. I haven't seen the flat ones in a while. These are all stapled ones. And what was really cool about this store, we're back to the Zig pens. So we're back to the Zig, the EK Tools Zig two-way pens. And what's interesting about this store is this is the first store that I have ever been in that had all 3 sizes. So they have the small one with the reservoir that you can see. They have the medium one, and they have the big one. And there I am holding all 3 sizes in the same store. This is the first store that I have seen all 3 sizes of those two-way glue pens. And these are gorgeous, and they even come with their own little backing. So you've got already the sticky on it. You don't even have to supply any of your own double-sided sticky foam to put these down. Absolutely gorgeous little flowers. I think you got like 18 of them in a package, which is a really good buy. They had a lot of these poster paints, but in all honesty, I did not see a whole lot of acrylic paint in this store. They did have a little bit, but not a lot. So this store has a lot less of the acrylic paints and the pouring paints that we've seen in so many of the other stores. And oh, if you have the opportunity to buy these, I have tested these twice in my live streams. I highly recommend these metallic pens. I really do. They are beautiful. If you want to see them in my live streams, they were in the last 2 live streams that I did, and just absolutely gorgeous. I did find this box of the glitter paint, and the individual bottles don't have a price on them, but the box does. So they're sold for $2 each because there's four bottles in a box, so it's $2 a bottle because it's $8 for the whole box. I showed you this because I thought it was pretty. It's not necessarily a craft supply, but it was there, so I thought I'd show it to you. And even more of the large zig pens. Oh my goodness gracious. And the chalk. Oh, this store had so much chalk. And this store had the pop chalk. So you've got 2 different options when you're buying the sidewalk chalk if you need sidewalk chalk. And I know it's cold right now, but it's going to warm up. Your kids are going to want to have, or your adults are going to want to have sidewalk chalk at some point. And they have 2 different ways to buy it. You can buy it the pop, or you can buy it in another brand. And the pop is definitely cheaper. And look at the different, oh, I thought that set of paintbrushes was just gorgeous. I really did. I thought they were beautiful. And I don't know what this is. It's called IT tape or IT tape, but it looks like it is double-sided hook and loop tape so that you can put it around plants and things like that. I didn't get a really good look at it, but look, even more of these piping bags for $1. And this, to me, looks like it's the base of one of those globes, one of those glass globes, but they didn't have the globe part of it. But you could still use that, and you could wood burn on it, make a design on it. You could do so many different things with it. And Doris will laugh at this one because I hadn't seen that in a store in ages. And then we talk about it, and then bam, it's back in the stores. The Ollie's provided. That's all I can say is that Ollie's provided. They had a lot of these little pop things, these little sticker books, and that was, I showed you the back of it because it said there was a scene on the back that you could sticker. This didn't have a price, but I'm assuming it's $1. It's like those little perler beads where you make that little face or anything you want to. But here we go. $3 for this huge box of pop chalk. That's just a huge amount of chalk for $3. They have the smaller boxes for $1 as well if you find the pop. This store had the other brand of the smaller boxes for $1.49, but I've seen them as much as $1.99. So if you have the opportunity to buy this chalk as the pop brand and not the other brand, I highly recommend that because the pop brand is cheaper. See, this is the pop brand chalk again, and it's $1 for that smaller one. And then they also have the neon colors, which I found later. I only found 1 packet, but they do have the neon colors. I found it later in the store. In fact, it's right there. I just saw it, so I'm going to show it to you in a moment. That's also $1 for the neon colors. Absolutely gorgeous. So anyway, that's how to get chalk if you want it. I just spent an awful lot of time talking about sidewalk chalk, but look at all these cool kits. There's the pop neon chalk, but look at all these cool kits. I love this Arteza kit. I think the price tag says $5.99, but I'm not sure because I did not get a good view of it. There's a couple things where my camera did not pick up the price well, so I apologize for that. But these feathers, oh my goodness gracious, this store had the feathers and the peacock. And I did take the feathers up because they weren't priced because I wanted to see. They did ring up at $4.99, so I know that. And look, they have the icky sticky kit again. I love the icky sticky kits because they make me laugh because I call the little stuff that they use to seal things together with those little cellophane envelopes, I call them icky sticky. They did have some storage boxes, but those were too high for me to show because they were on the top shelf. So this is not only a dig store, but this is also, I'm going to coin a new phrase now, it's also a high-low store where you have to look high and you have to look low because they have stuff everywhere in the store. Oh my goodness gracious. It's on the top shelf. It's on the bottom shelf. It's way in the back. You got to dig for it. There are so many beautiful things in this store. This is, I've only seen in another store once, and this is an incredible buy if you want to do this for card making or for paper crafting or anything like that, because there are so many pieces in that kit. It is just amazing. And in one of my lives, I open it up and you can see everything that's inside it. Excuse me. And I saw that. I only saw that one. Didn't get the price on it because the price didn't come through. There was so much in this store. I mean, it really and truly, this store was just packed full of things. Never seen that butterfly kit before. So much stuff to do with that butterfly kit. I mean, you don't even have to use it the way they say it. You can use the parts in other crafting, which is one of the things that I love about these kits. Not only do you get to try something, if it's something that you think you might want to try, like Fimo, you can buy the little $3 Fimo kit, make yourself a figure out of Fimo, and see if it's right for you after having only invested $3. Or you can cannibalize these kits and you can pick out the pieces that you want to use in other crafts, and then you have bought like that kit that had all of the different paper crafting things in it. Or this right here, this is another one. This is a 3D, not 3D, this is one of those diamond painting kits. It comes with the little pick, it comes with the wax, it comes with everything, but you don't have to use these gems on that butterfly. You could use those gems in card making. And it was such a good price to buy that. You'd get all of that stuff, plus the way to pick it up and move them around. So cool. Oh, so cool. I just couldn't get over how much the store had. Now, this is a smaller size container than the one that was on the top shelf. But these are also really, really nice storage containers for your craft room. And then they had more of the pop chalk, but the next thing back here, that this is only the second store that I've seen it in. The other one was the Lake City store. Look at that. They have the cellophane open box cake, sheet cake, quarter sheet cake. I think that's the size that it is, that you can go and deliver a cheat cake in, but you can do so many other things with a box like that. And this is the best way these have ever been displayed. Oh my gosh, these are the chart papers, and that was the best way to display them. Now, I will say, if you use this for packing, if you use this paper shreds for packing, the Park Lane is a much better buy. It's the same price, but you get twice as much in the Park Lane. You don't get the pretty colors, but you do get twice as much. So if you need the pretty colors, you get half as much for $1. You get 2 ounces. If you don't mind the white, then it is $4, 4 ounces for the same dollar. I mean, just great prices. And then they have these little pop pizza chalks that I'm about to show you that I think are just so cute. It's $1. I mean, that is such a cool thing to just pick up and set on one of your colleagues' tables with like some dark construction paper or something, and just let them have a ball. I mean, adults need to have that mind break too. Everybody should have the opportunity to do crafts because of the way that crafts can help out your brain and help your mind clear and organize itself. This store has the chalk with the holder. This is one of maybe 3 stores that I've seen that actually had the chalk with the holder. So I wanted to point that out because I know somebody was looking for the chalk with the holder. So I wanted to make sure that I pointed out that this store does indeed have them, and they had a lot of them. And then now we're back to seeing these mink things, and these are the ones that are the numbers. They, like I said, 1 through 25, so it looks like these are meant for an advent calendar, but you could cut the numbers apart and use them separately. You know, you got everything from 1 through 25. Another set of beautiful little crystals, but I didn't pick those up because I got so many of the diamond ones. And then they had a lot of tempera paint. And this was a good price for a little pack of tempera paint. This one's an even better price for a big pack of tempera paint. And then above this, oh my goodness gracious, this thing above it. Oh my gosh, this kit is perfect. If you have anybody who is considering getting into any sort of the visual drawing artist, multimedia kind of thing, and they want a good supply of colored pencils and watercolors and acrylics and double-sided alcohol markers, that's the way to do it, because that's $20. That whole kit is $20, and it's got just everything. It's even got a color wheel in it. I mean, that's just got everything that you could want to start off somebody into the visual arts and into the painting and things like that, drawing, and let them test it out for $20. And then they could decide which particular medium they like to use, whether it's acrylic or watercolor or alcohol markers or whatever. I mean, you could let them do that and let them enjoy and let them just practice. Tons of ribbon. Like I said, tons of ribbon in the store. Absolutely huge quantities of ribbon in the store. I could not get over how much ribbon was in this store. It's almost like they got an entire truckload that was just ribbon. And they had so many different colors and so many different sizes and so many different styles. And I've been avoiding buying the wired ribbon, but somebody said that the wire is really easy to take out. So that's something for me to consider, because next time I come across one that I really like that's actually a wired ribbon, because usually I don't buy wired ribbon, and that was me picking at it to see if it was a wired ribbon. But me being able to buy them and just take the wire out, I never thought of that. That's such a cool thing. And that's what the Chatty Crafty Guild does. We give great ideas to each other, things that we haven't thought of so that we can improve our crafting. Buttons. Oh my gosh, buttons. This looks like they just took all of the buttons off a display in Joann's and just threw them into this dump tank. I know I missed some of the styles that they had in there because they had so many and it was so cool to look at. It really was. I'm digging through the shelves now because, like I said, this is a dig store. They did have the mold maker kit for $15. We've seen that in several stores. I didn't focus on it because, in all honesty, I didn't really see it. Again, on the top shelf, those really wonderful portable art kits. Oh, the store had so much. Thank you so much. We're not done. We're nowhere near done. But thank you so much for spending some of your time watching my video. I really appreciate that because I know time is precious and you've chosen to spend some of your time with me in my video and in our growing community, and I cannot thank you enough for that. I really can't. It is such a humbling thing when people comment on my videos and say that they enjoyed it and that they appreciate the fact that I'm putting them out there, and I am so glad that I can do this for you. I really am. And it's so humbling that people watch these, and I appreciate you so much for watching them. I really, really do. Oh my goodness gracious. And we're back to ribbon. Surprise, surprise, we're back to ribbon. This store does have some paper pads, but they're small ones. We'll get to those. I was surprised that they again had two sizes of the crochet hooks, because most of the time the stores will only get one size, and this one had two. And these beautiful pens, I still have not bought myself a set of these pens. I don't think I ever will because they're gel pens. There's nothing, exceptional about them. They're gel pens. I don't want to say just gel pens, but I have so many already. Oh my gosh. And here we are at another pegboard. This store had two different, oh my gosh. Oh, store had so much. These beautiful felt pens. And I was supposed to pick these up when I saw them. I forgot to. So I'll see them again, hopefully. And they have Inkjoy. In my humble opinion, the Inkjoy pens with the lids that come on and off are the best writing pens out there. I absolutely love my Inkjoy pens. I really, really do. They're amazing. I just can't say enough good things about them. And the fact that they're starting to show up in Ollie's is even better. So yeah, this is just really cool. And the pegboard here, I'm just showing off the things. They letters, and there's going to be a set of stamps that's words. They were $1, and I bought a set of the letters. I already had the one that had you on it, so I didn't pick that one up. But I did pick up the letters, and then there's a thing of stickers at the bottom that I'm going to get to, and oh my gosh, they were gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, these stickers. And I did pick up a package of these stickers. I usually don't pick up flat stickers. It's not something that I generally use in my crafting, so there's no reason for me to pick it up. I should leave it behind for other people who will use it, but these were so pretty. The muted colors were amazing. There were so many pickers. Whoops, sorry. There were so many stickers in this pack that it was just amazing to see how many beautiful stickers came with this and all the different styles. And I had to pick one up. I could not leave it behind. It was just too pretty. And like I said, I usually don't buy flat stickers because it's not something I usually use. But yep, one of those came home with me. Let's see. Oh, and they had the little teeny tiny perler beads. We've seen these in a few stores, but not very often. They might have been $1, but every time I've seen them before, they've been marked $1.99. So I wanted to put that out there that they might be $1.99. So look at this. I mean, if any of you have access to anybody at the University of Florida or anybody who lives in or around Gainesville, because there's a lot of people who support the university as well. Look at that. You can get people, if you ask politely, you might be able to get people to go and buy these items and send them to you, because this is definitely a place where a lot of different people come to. And look at this beautiful vinyl. Oh my gosh. $2.49 for this gorgeous roll of rainbow vinyl, and I don't think I've ever seen that in any Ollie's. It is so beautiful. The scissor vinyl that we see the 3-packs of, and actually there is in this store the 3-packs of, I did see them. I didn't talk about them, I didn't highlight them, but I did see them. They have kind of a rainbow one, but that was a true rainbow. And this is a Hallmark item. This came from Hallmark. I mean, I was shocked to see a Hallmark item in there. And it's just a really cute little flat pom-pom. Absolutely adorable little pom-pom to do whatever you want to with. Look at all these things on this pegboard. And this store is so full of stuff. I cannot I cannot put my brain around. And there's still another entire aisle behind me that I'm about to go down and show you the stuff that's on it. I mean, so we've gone down a pegboard aisle with shelving. We're down another pegboard aisle with shelving. I'm going to turn around and it's an entire aisle with shelving. Plus there was the end shelf. Plus there was the dollar table. Plus there were the two Joann's tables with the florals and the Joann stuff. My goodness gracious, this store had so much stuff. I mean, just chock full of stuff. And here's the paper that I was talking about. They do have these small pads of paper, and they're really pretty. And I believe that they had 3 different styles of this. I tried to sort it out a little bit so that all of the different styles were visible, and I tried to thumb through the different ones. And it's, it's really pretty paper. That's all I can say about it. It's paperweight. It's not really cardstock weight. It might be light cardstock, like it might be 24 pound. Oh, that's paperweight. It might be like 40 pound, maybe. It's not super duper thick or anything, but it was really nice. And then these cute stickers. Oh my gosh, look at these cute, bright, colorful stickers for $1, and there's like 60 of them in there. Yeah, I picked up a pack. I did. I picked up 1 pack to see how I can use it in my card making, and I'm sure I will. And I will probably run out and then be upset that I didn't pick up more packs, but I've got so many things to use at this point. Oh my goodness gracious. So many craft supplies. And now we're on the last little set of shelves. Like, yeah, like we haven't already seen so much stuff already. Oh my goodness gracious. They did have green foil. Oh my gosh, look at this green foil vinyl. It was so pretty. I mean, that is beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen green foil vinyl in a Ollie's before, and that one was just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. They do have some of the Dollar Tree vinyl, which people have said it's not really good for using for vinyl, but you can use it for other things. And look at this. They had the wine bottle. I don't see the wine bottle chocolate mold very often, but they did. They had the wine bottle Kaboom mold, and it was $1.99. Like I said, oh, and the unicorn. Oh my gosh, I bought one of these. And if you watch my hand while I'm going through the rest of this aisle, every now and then you'll see that the unicorn stamp is still in my hand because I was too afraid that I was going to forget to go back and get one. So I picked it up. Look how thick that, or not thick, wide. Look how wide that elastic was. That was just beautiful. This is so cute. Look at that. That would be such a cute little pot of flowers to stick on somebody's desk. Just put it together, stick it on somebody's desk, see how long it takes them to notice there's a little pot of flowers on their desk. Oh, it was so cute. Oh, goodness gracious. And then we got these, the dig store. Okay, dig store. That's all I can say is it's a dig store. You've got to really look through all the stuff that you can find on the shelves and all the stuff that you see everywhere. And I did buy a bottle of this paint because it had an interesting label on it. So I want to try that at some point in time. The Hangman Post-it notes, that those were little games. And look, my Trapper Keeper people, the Castleberry store is the only time I've seen those for $5. And look, oh my gosh, never before seen. Look at that cute little bear. He is ceramic. He is absolutely definitely ceramic, and he is so cute. And he was $2. Oh, he was adorable. I did not pick one up because, I have cats and I'm just too afraid that they would break it, or I would break it because I'm kind of a klutz. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, there's just so much stuff. I'm in like stuff overload. There's just so much stuff in this store. I will say that this is the store that was really, really hard for me when I finally left. And I can see now from the videos that I was in this store for probably a little over an hour. And it really did cause me a lot of anxiety. And if you saw my Facebook posts about having left this store, the anxiety was absolutely real and it was absolutely smothering. And I almost had a panic attack over this. And I was really, really concerned that I was going to lose Ollie's because of a panic attack, because that's why I lost the ability to go into Dollar Tree. But it was so nice because my husband and I were just reading off the billboard signs to distract each other. There's the red glitter one that I was talking about earlier. But we were reading billboard signs, and a member of the Craft Guild was so kind as to just chat with me about nothing while we were on the way home. And it was like a 3-hour ride to get home after we left this store. So there was a long time that and I'm so grateful to the person who helped me calm down. I'm so grateful to my husband who helped me calm down. I can't say thank you enough. I think I realized why exactly this store set me off so much. And there's 2 reasons. Number one, I was already anxious before we went up to the register. And anxiety and panic disorders are hefty things to deal with. Mental health issues are huge, and this country really needs to talk about them more. But I know that I was anxious before I went up to the register because Gainesville is the city that I lived in when I was 7 years old. And if you don't know what that means, you can go back and read my post on Facebook in the Chatty Crafty page from January 26th, and it will explain it to you. And it's triggery, and if you don't want to read it, that's fine, but it will explain why Gainesville and being 7 years old is a significant portion. And it will also, and also when we finally did leave, I wish I'd bought that. I'm anxious at this point, and I didn't even think about it. I'm just showing stuff and trying to finish the video at this point. I know my anxiety is high at this point. And so when we got to the register, I'm already anxious. And then the sweet, wonderful person who checked us out was also new. And I had things that had to be voided because they didn't ring up the price that I wanted to pay. And so I ended up the 3 men came over and helped her, and that just sent my anxiety right through the roof. So that was the thing that got me about this store. So if you saw my posts on Facebook about it, this is why this store set me off. I really don't think I'm ever going to go back to the Gainesville store for those reasons. So if anything else appears in Gainesville, somebody else is going to have to post it, because I'm not going to be able to post it in my videos. I do believe that we finally found a store that is an Ollie's that is not safe in my brain. I really do. So I hope you enjoyed this video, because Gainesville is not going to be on my radar again for a very long time, if ever. But it is a great store. If you have the opportunity to get to this store and you don't have the mental health issues, I strongly recommend it. Oh my goodness gracious, so much amazing, wonderful stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and cheers and happy crafting.